Okay, recording is in progress, and now you want to share. Boy, it's just asking too much. What am I sharing?
Boys and Girls Clubs.
Yeah, we got an email screen.
Okay, stop that. I've got too many projects going at once. Oh, hold on. There'll be a little delay here.
Yeah, don't share any blackmail material or anything.
Okay, we're getting, it won't be long now.
Are you on Wi-Fi? Yeah. You need the password?
David's trying to get back in.
Okay.
If that works.
All right, guys.
Okay, Rotary Motto.
Service above self.
And why don't we all stand? Pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and if we can all take a moment to remember our loved ones. And we got a wonderful holiday coming up, a moment of silence. Okay, thank you, Bill.
You're
Okay,
welcome,
just
Chuck.
Just a reminder, we are recording the meeting. Bill's got the controls. First thing, as usual, and I think pretty much it's a mixed message, but we need to hear it. Paul, go ahead and tell us what's happening with COVID.
Well, it's not too mixed this week. Every place has an increasing incidence of COVID. As you know, if you've seen the national news, the rates increasing in the United States again, and it has been in Virginia for a couple of weeks now. And last week, the only exception was the Eastern Shore, but I said probably it wouldn't, just a matter of time before the Eastern Shore increased again. And both Accomack County and Northampton County have had a significant increase in cases last week. Northampton County was up to 7 cases, 4 of which were in Cape Charles. That's after 2 weeks in a row of just 1 in Cape Charles. The practical result of this, if one follows the CDC guidelines, is that, when we were down to 1 and just a few in the county, it was okay to not wear a mask in indoor spaces if you were fully vaccinated. But now that the CDC says, now we're back up to a substantial transmission category, and we should be wearing masks again. And I would suggest, even at our group interview this afternoon, maybe for the interviews themselves, people they could take their masks off, but the Rotarians ought to set a good example and wear masks. We don't know who's vaccinated and who isn't.
Do you have any recommendations at this point, Paul, for future in-person meetings of the club here?
Well, again, as long as everybody is vaccinated, I think it's still quite safe. I did make a point in the newsletter I sent out, and this isn't just my read on it. This is what I've read from the experts. If you're fully vaccinated and you're with other people that are fully vaccinated, yes, a few of those people could still be carrying COVID, and they would be asymptomatic. But your risk of getting a bad case of COVID is very small. It's probably as small, if not smaller, than the risk you have when if you're driving your car to see your loved one 100 miles away. And it's about the same as the risk of getting influenza. Yes, a few people get really, really sick from influenza, and occasionally people die of complications of influenza, and that'll be the case with COVID. But we accept that with influenza, and you know, we accept that and without even thinking about it. And I think if you're fully vaccinated, especially if you get the booster, then you can almost look at it that way. So I think it's fine for those that are fully vaccinated to continue getting together in person.
Okay. Mark, I see you're joined us. You have any input or anything to add to what Paul has said?
Well, I had 2 patients last week that were in the hospital with COVID, and they had been in back in the spring. Medical.
Breaking up.
Mark, you're on mute.
Yeah.
Oh,
How about now?
yeah,
You're
sounds
okay
good.
now.
I said I had 2 patients last week that were hospitalized with COVID, and they had been immunized back in the spring. They didn't have their boosters, and they had underlying conditions. They were diabetic, and, you know, so I just advise people to get the booster and take precautions. And if you're going into Food Lion or that type of thing, wear the mask. And but I think getting together for the Rotary meeting is okay. If, you know.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any questions for the doctors? All right. Thank you, Paul, and thank you, Mark. Okay, so next week, we will also be meeting via Zoom. So resumed in-person meetings. The first one will be December 7th. We'll be back in person at the coffee house. And Paul, or if you haven't already, can you confirm that we'll be okay with Roberta and she'll be expecting us on December 7th?
Well, I haven't reconfirmed it lately, but that's what she said in the last communication I had from her, which was a few,
All right.
3 weeks or so ago.
Okay, good. All right, Reggie is in real need of some hearing from people on suggestions for speakers. So please get in touch with Reggie, and we look for a wide spread of ideas. So historical, present ongoings in the county and over on the shore, items of interest that you have with art, with maybe the Chincoteague pony roundups, whatever. Let Reggie know, and he'll take the ball from there and get things scheduled up. Reggie, you want to add anything to that?
No, not really. There are a couple that are outstanding right now that I'm waiting for a response from. I think I'm going to have to reach out to them again, because oftentimes people don't call you back when you reach out to them. But yes, anyone that you think might be a good speaker, just let me know, and I'll follow up with them. And hopefully we can get a lot of good speakers lined up for next year.
Okay, Reggie, just kind of a pointer. I had the same issue with telephone calls. I wouldn't get answers. I'd leave a message and wouldn't get a return call. I had a little better luck with emails. So when I would use, like, if the person worked for a company that had a website, typically they have how to contact us type things there, and they'd have an email address. For some reason, I had a whole lot better success in getting in contact with people via email than phone. Probably a lot of it is they don't recognize your phone number popping up on the phone. They just don't answer because of all the problems with spam and calls trying to sell you things and stuff. So just
Right.
kind of a pointer there. Look for their email address.
I will absolutely do that. That's a great point because I don't answer lots of calls because I don't know who's
Me
calling.
either. Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Going on to projects, I can tell you, we haven't done anything on the caboose. People have been out of town. Bill Murphy's been busy. I've been a little bit busy, taking care of a couple of personal things. And hopefully next week, I think Bill will be available and I'll be available starting next week. But then we are going to start getting into some of the holiday things going on that Rotary participates in. And those things are like festive Fridays coming up, beginning this Friday. Bill Stram and I will do the festive Friday thing this Friday to put the lanterns out. We got real good response to people volunteering. However, we got one open spot, and that's not for this Friday, but the following Friday. I believe that's December 3rd. And Al Paschal signed up for that. And we need one other person to give Al a hand. So anyone who'd like to volunteer for that, usually show up around 4:30 or so, put the lights out, and then you can go home and relax or visit town, whatever you want to do, and come back around 8 o'clock in the evening to collect them all back up again. So it's kind of a fun thing to do, especially if you stick around a little bit and watch the little kids visit with Santa Claus and listen to their stories and all the things they want for Christmas. That's kind of fun. So we're looking for one more volunteer for December 3rd to work with Al. Bill, you have any updates on the Marianne Smith School or?
Yeah, I've contacted our contact there, and I told him that we were looking to put together a work team in December sometime, and he's working on that. So start thinking about we'll do something in between the two holidays. But I have another thing. Our Salvation Army project, bell ringing project. We need one more bell ringer on Saturday, December 4th at 2 o'clock. I understand it's going to be very warm that day, and the sun will be coming around, and it's going to be just toasty ringing the bell. And so think about it. We don't want to have one short.
Yeah, actually the response has been, I was surprised, it's real good this year for bell ringing. So only having one open slot, but
well, it's a lot of phone calls. See, I don't wait for you to call me back. I'll
there
call
you go.
You again.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll knock on your door. But you're right, Chuck. The responses have been good, not only from the club, but from the community in general. And between December 4th and now, I'm sure we'll fill that slot.
Yeah. All right.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Let me see. And Bill, while we got you talking already, how about the YMCA support?
Talking to me?
No, I say while we have you talking, how about updating us on the YMCA support? making yearly donations.
That's Bertus.
All right, well, I thought you were trying to round up people in the club to get 100%.
Not everybody. John asked about 4 of us to call people.
Okay,
And the people I've called have been by and large very responsive. So, but I don't know who the other people are that John asked to make calls.
okay, so we don't
I
really
still
know.
have some calls to make.
Okay, so we don't really know yet if we're at 100%. John will let us know that, right?
Yeah, he's
Okay,
he's the Y guy.
all right. And I see we got Mehdi here. Hi, Mehdi.
Hi, hello.
Why don't you go ahead and update us on the basket raffle, and then after that, the Invisible History Project.
Well, the basket raffle is going to close soon on December 4, so that we urge you to get your tickets if you like to participate. Our basket is number 2 in this ticket sale, so we are doing well.
Okay, and I know that you're one of
Thank you.
several here in the group that are
Yeah.
doing the Invisible History thing,
Yeah.
so,
Chuck, before you
Yes.
go on with the baskets, I had volunteered to work with Brenda Holden, who's chairman of the foundation committee for Eastern Shore Public Library. But she had not been feeling well, and Saturday was a little chilly, so she called it off. And we did not sell tickets in front of Bowie, what is it, 66?
Bowie 56.
56.
Yeah, well, there is a website that you can purchase the tickets. And if you just go to the website of the Eastern Shore Public Library, then you can get into the raffle. Now for the Invisible History update, we have a big event going on this afternoon at 2 o'clock. We're going to have a group interview of some of the residents that Tom Godwin had communicated with, and we are going to do it at the Civic Center. And in fact, Joanne and I are zooming in from the Civic Center now. So we are excited about this group interview event and hope to gain a lot of insight into how to proceed with the project.
hope you have a great turnout. I know there's plenty of other members of that group here. Does anybody else want to pitch in with some information?
Well, yeah, everybody is pitching in, like Paul is going to handle the registration. Reggie is going to handle some of the interviews, and Stan and Bill and all of the interview committee will participate in the interview. And Joanne is instrumental in securing the Civic Center and setting up the Zoom. She will be our technical person. And we're going to have some snacks available and drinks because we are going to be here for over 2 hours.
And will you post a hot link or send out the recording of that so we can?
Yeah, we will record it as part of the interview process. It will be also transcribed and all the ritual that we have set up.
All right, thanks, Mehdi. Any of the other members of that group have anything they want to talk about? Or questions from anyone?
No, Chuck, you
Yeah,
know,
Paul.
I've just received such positive feedback from the community on this project, and Mehdi and the team is doing a group interview session, which is turning out to be a very positive thing as well. I also did an individual interview last night of one of the individuals who's likely to be here today. So the process is beginning to work really well, and I'm amazed at the information that comes out when we're talking with different people, different aspects of King Charles's history. So it's really a positive environment.
I bet. My hope is actually you do this thing today and other people that may have been a little hesitant or maybe not so interested in it will suddenly get interested and more involved and want to be part of the whole thing. So I think today, if you get the recording out there and people start seeing it a little bit, they'll say, hey, I'd like to take part in some of that too, and maybe get in touch with you. So that's kind of my hope. I'm really interested in seeing what transpires today and gets recorded. I'm going to take a definite look at that. All right, thank you all for that effort. That's, I know it takes a lot of time and a lot of different people are involved in different aspects of it. So it's in good hands though with Medi, that's for sure. So thank you all for that. Let's see. Reggie, while we're talking with you, I know we did the Thanksgiving basket thing. So thank you for that. Talk about that a little bit, but also I think you're kind of pushing into, let's kind of stretch that into a Christmas basket thing. So I'll let you talk on that.
Yes. First of all, I want to thank everyone for their participation. Everybody has really embraced this project. And, you know, everyone understands that there's a tremendous need, not just on the Eastern Shore and in the Northampton County and potentially Cape Charles, but across the country. And whenever we can do something that can help that, it's really gratifying. So thank you so much for your participating. We have received donations from so many of the members of our club, and the donations should more than suffice to cover Christmas. And Paul and I'll get together on that, but I'm sure that that's going to be the case. That we'll already have the donations in place to cover Christmas. And I think it was last meeting, we decided that we would like to do Christmas as well, as long as we could cover the cost of that. So we deliver the rest of the baskets tomorrow. We delivered the $50 gift cards on this past Friday. Everyone was at home. One was a difficult challenge to find, Joan. But we found them all, and they were really excited, and they thanked us for sharing with them. So that was really great. So we'll deliver the others tomorrow, and I think we'll be done for Thanksgiving. Is there anyone else who's participating with us who would like to speak on that project? Because there's so many other team members on the call here in the committee. Anyone else like to share? Joan,
I have some questions.
Okay.
I'd like to ask you a question. I know that Joanne is also heading the Catholic Church food basket for Thanksgiving and Christmas, right, Joanne?
Yes.
And is there an overlap in terms of the people that you are serving, or how are you?
There's no overlap. There's no overlap. I mean, as a matter of fact, there are many other families that could benefit that, you know, just too many, but there's no overlap in what Joan is doing and what we're doing. And while we're speaking of Joan, I'd like to thank her publicly again for her contribution, because she's been doing this for years and we didn't have to reinvent the wheel here. She knew exactly how to do it. So we took her advice and we followed it, and it's working like a charm.
I would just like to know how much money we have to commit towards the Christmas dinners.
Well, I can't give you an exact number, but I will say that I'm very impressed at the generosity of the members of the club in covering the cost of this. There were enough contributions to independent of the Happy Dollar gifts last week. There were already enough contributions that came in to cover the cost of the Thanksgiving baskets, and there were at least $250 that was donated last week during the Happy Dollars. So that covers probably half the cost of the Christmas baskets right there. So I think, all it'll take is maybe one more meeting committing the Happy Dollars to the Christmas baskets, and it'll be covered. I also want to say that getting Joan into the club was a real coup. 'Cause
Amen,
she's
amen.
tremendous asset to our club. Thank you, Joan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smartest thing we ever did.
Reggie, I just have one curiosity question. I think I saw something from you that for some reason there was a limit of how many gift cards you could buy. How come that is?
No, I didn't. I don't remember sending
That was
anything out.
Joan. Joan gave us that
There's a limit
information.
on the number of cards that we could buy with our budget.
Oh,
But there's a limit of the number of cards you can buy at one time, and Joan could speak to that. But we certainly didn't reach that limit from the club.
okay.
Chuck, if you go to the Food Lion and you want to buy Food Lion gift cards, they will only sell you up to $500 worth
Why are we getting?
within an hour.
We're not.
That's their policy.
Don't you hear that echo?
So, well, that's because Medi's sitting across from me. Can you put yourself on mute, Medi?
It's not a problem.
Okay. But you can come back every hour and buy 500 more. It's just the way they operate. I'm trying to find out whether or not I can order them through headquarters in advance and have them mailed to me all at once.
Yeah,
But I haven't gotten that resolved yet.
okay.
I will say, when I went to the Food Lion, I got the last 9 that they had. It was $400 worth of gift cards that I picked up, and she says, you got here just in time. These are the last 9 that we have on the shelf.
Okay, I was
I got
just
in
kind of
more.
curious. Yeah, I was just a little curious why they would put a limit on it. Okay. All right, well, hey, Bill, why don't we do Happy Dollars? All right, we're coming up on Thanksgiving. Families are gathering, getting your turkeys all together. You got to be happy about something. Go ahead, Bill Stram.
So I'm happy for my daughter's family. That includes our 2 grandsons, because tomorrow they are going to visit the North Pole
It's gone now.
in Santa Claus Village in Lapland, Finland.
Oh,
So that's going to be quite a thing. They've got tickets, and they're going to do the reindeer rides and the dog sled rides and everything. So $10 for that.
That's pretty exciting. Go ahead, Reggie.
Yes, I'm excited. My wife and I are excited. Our oldest grandchild and our two great grandchildren will be here tomorrow. They're coming, they're going to come in, they're going to prepare and serve, all the Thanksgiving dinners and all that stuff. So we don't have to do anything. And we haven't seen them in a while in person. So that's really, really exciting. $25 for that.
Oh,
Great. Are they going to do the dishes too?
You know what? They would, but I think I'm going to volunteer to do the dishes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
guy's got a dishwasher.
Go ahead, Bill Payne.
I'm happy. 2 $5 happies. First $5 happy is I'm happy that all the money goes into the Christmas basket fund. And I thank Paul for that great idea. Paul says something, it's gospel. So everybody signs up. Good for you, Paul. The other thing I'm happy about is tomorrow morning about this time, Jackie and I are going to be on the road headed for the Ocean City Casino.
I changed my mind.
Oh, but I'll still give it. And we're going to have 3 or 4 days up in Ocean City, having fun, eating, and enjoying cocktail hour and all those things that we do together. So that's $10, Paul.
Is that Ocean City, New Jersey?
No. We want to go to the boardwalk. We're going to be out on the boardwalk in Maryland.
Oh, I didn't know they had gambling casinos in Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where have you been, Chuck?
I've been away from Maryland way too long. That's for sure. Okay, Alan.
I'm happy that one of my sons and his wife and one of his sons and his wife and both of their kids are going to be with us for Thanksgiving. That's with everybody. That's 8. And then we're inviting our next door neighbors who don't have any family close by over for a Thanksgiving feast. So we're going to have 10 around the Thanksgiving table on Thursday.
Nice.
All right.
I have,
Go ahead, Maddie.
I have $25 happy dollars because I'm happy about Thanksgiving coming up. My sister-in-law has arrived to join us, and then my sister will arrive this afternoon, and I'll have a big Thanksgiving table that I will prepare for the holiday.
Great. Go ahead, Stan.
Oh, okay, hold on. All right, there I am. I have also a $25 happy dollars. My wife has been diagnosed as cancer-free, and she has no radiation and no chemotherapy. And all she has to do is take some pills for the next 10 years. But I'm happy.
That's wonderful.
I'm ecstatic.
Yes, that's wonderful. Okay, Joan, go ahead.
I'm happy $30 worth, 28 for being cancer-free, 28 years, and $2 for being able to celebrate Thanksgiving with a friend, with many friends.
Thank you, Joan. Okay, I have some for myself, but first of all, Bill Murphy couldn't make it today, but he asked me to state that he's pitching in $5 for happy dollars because of all his friends here. He's happy to have all of us as his friends, as he put it. So that's Bill's. I will pitch in 25 happy dollars. A lot of firsts coming up here for my great-granddaughter. This will be her first Thanksgiving. This will be her first Christmas when we get there. And 3 days after Christmas, on the 28th of December, will be her first birthday. So I'm happy she's celebrating all these new things in her young little life. And I only wish I could see them this holiday, but they are in Chicago and I'm kind of stuck here. So we're going to have to do some Alexa virtual things to talk with each other. Anybody else with happy dollars?
One more.
Go ahead, Al.
All right, this one, I want to throw in another $5 because yesterday was the first day of my 86th year. So here I'm in for another one.
All right, happy birthday, Alan. And Al Paschal.
Hey, I have 25 just to be happy for a whole bunch of different things. My son, daughter-in-law, and their kids drove safely to Georgia, and they're having a good time there. I will have another Thanksgiving with my 93-year-old dad, which is a really great thing. And I'm happy that we have some cancer-free people on the call today. So there you go.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Kind of wrapping up happy dollars. We talked a little bit last week about what you're thankful for. So not happy dollars. But if you have anything you'd like to speak up about, why you're thankful as we approach Thanksgiving Day, please go ahead, Bill Payne.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this since last week. And it's just not one thing that I'm thankful for, but I'm thankful for my friends, because friendship is so important, and Rotary is an extension of that. We all I consider all the members of this club a friend. They're so supportive. I don't know if they like me or not, but but it's that fellowship thing that I'm really thankful for. And my number one friend, Jackie, of course, is with us now in Rotary. So she's official. She and then finally, I'm thankful that I seem to have my health. And you don't take that for granted, and you don't know what you'll wake up with tomorrow. But for now, I'm thankful.
That's sweet, Bill.
You're
All right.
sweet.
I'll pitch in with what I'm thankful for too. I mentioned my great-granddaughter, but I do have extended family. So I'm thankful for my surviving brothers and their families, and we will be getting together on Christmas. And I'm thankful for my daughter and my granddaughter. And I'm just thankful for all the people that I've met here. And I'm thankful I made the decision several years ago to join the Rotary Club, because you're all wonderful people. And that's my thanks. Go ahead, Jackie.
I'm thankful that Bill changed our reservation from Motel 6 to the Marriott.
Oh, that's not funny. They're looking at you like you're nuts, Jackie.
But in a good way.
So you upgraded to the Ritz Carlton, right?
Motel 7.
This is serious, Jackie. Jackie's just having fun.
Alan, I think I saw your hand pop up.
Yeah, I'm just thankful for relationships and for health. Health, of course, is an ongoing just thing. I've been good health, so I'm praising the Lord for that. I'm thankful for it, but also thankful for all the relationships that I can use this health to share with both family and friends. Friends like this group here. We have extended friends all over the world. But the family, we have 4 children and their spouses, and we have 8 grandchildren and their spouses, and we have, I've lost count, some 15 or 16 great grandchildren now. All together, when we get together, there's 30 of us right now, and so that keeps us busy. So especially at this time of year, keeping in touch with each other. So I'm thankful for that. It really is a nice feeling to have all these people that we've been involved with for so many years, both friends and family, and we can take the opportunity to share the Thanksgiving Day and the dinner with some of them this year.
Amen, Alan.
Yeah.
Reggie, go ahead.
Yes, I'm so thankful for so many things. And I'll start with family. My dad is in January 93 years old, and we've had the blessing of having him for such a long time. My children and my wife, and I love them so much, and they're all supportive, and they're all here from time to time. They're all healthy. All the grandchildren are healthy and doing phenomenal things in their own lives. And the great grandchildren are now beginning to have their own personality come out, and we enjoy them so much. it's just a blessing to have family, just a blessing to have family. And this community that I'm in, it's Rotary community, the Cape Charles Main Street community, and Cape Charles itself. There's so many awesome individuals like you guys and ladies on the phone here. And I consider you all my friends. And I'm so grateful just to have an opportunity to experience on a day-to-day basis being with you all. So I'll stop there because otherwise I'd go on for the next half hour. No one else would get to say anything at all.
Paul, go ahead.
I can't improve on some of the things that have already been said. I just want to reiterate some of them, but I'll start with something that really hasn't been said regarding the COVID pandemic. I'm thankful that our scientific community has reached the point that they could develop vaccinations so quickly to combat COVID. It could have been so much worse without those vaccinations. And there's even medications in the pipeline from Pfizer and Merck that are pending approval. They'll probably be available in a matter of a very few months that can greatly decrease the severity of COVID if you do get it. I think it's just miraculous that there's such great technology that we have today that has those kinds of benefits. I want to, and then narrowing it further down, I want to be thankful. I'm thankful that we live in Cape Charles. I'm thankful we were smart enough to move up here and find such a wonderful community. And a very important part of that community, of course, is the Rotary Club, as has already been said. I feel like I get to know the people in the club better every week and find that there are depths to their personalities and their abilities and their generosity that I didn't realize was there. And it's just wonderful to be a part of this. And finally, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful that I have a wife that's stuck with me for close to 25 years now and put up with all my eccentricities and hasn't left me as a result of those. And I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to have a granddaughter live with us for almost 2 years. And just it was wonderful to be part of her very young life, which I didn't have that chance with my own children because I was busy working. But I'm thankful also that her mother is doing well and she is joining us for Thanksgiving, as is Josie, and we expect to have a wonderful time.
All right. Anybody else? Go ahead, Joan.
I am thankful for Paul's tenacity in working to get Venmo working for the Rotary Club so that we can send our money directly to the Rotary Club.
Oh, don't make that well known to you yet, quite yet.
You're getting it at least to Venmo. The next step is the bank.
I don't think Paul's too thankful for having to deal with that. So
the bank had finally they've made those little deposits and withdrawals, and I documented those. They were present last night, and then they accepted the bank, and I transferred the money that Joan and Al had sent me electronically, which took about a week to show up in Venmo, and according to the messages from Venmo, it'll show up in the bank on the 24th that's tomorrow, isn't it? And so we'll see. So this hasn't been a smooth process. If it gets smoother, we'll make the process well known to all Rotary members. So if they want to send money electronically to the club, they can. But right now, the most efficient way to pay your dues, we're going to start meeting in person again, is to give me a check at a Rotary meeting.
U.S. mail and a handwritten check and a stamp. Okay, anybody else? All right, well, make sure you call your buddies and others. And if you have new friends and new neighbors that have moved into the area, you get a chance to talk with them, kind of mention the Rotary and tell them, hey, we'd like you to join us for a free lunch one day when we meet in person and see what Rotary is all about. So extend the invitations out there, especially talk to your buddies too. Bill, I think we're going to wrap it up a little bit early here today and let people get back to getting their turkeys thawed out and so forth. All right. Why don't we do the Rotary four-way test? Number one.
Is it the truth?
2, is it
Is it
fair?
fair to all concerned?
3,
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Friendships.
4,
Will it be beneficial to all
Beneficial to all
concerned?
concerned.
and it's a good thing we have Stan to keep straight on number 5. Stan, what's number 5?
Will we always definitely have fun?
Yay! Happy
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving and enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Take care now.
Thank you.
See you guys in about half hour.
Yep, have a great meeting today.
All right.
What time is your